Hello, Blue Town, Matt and team. I'm just taking you through a quick kind of conversation about what I'm thinking about next because we want to get some application performance and other stuff. So I'm on the Azure portal and I'm creating a DevOps starter site. And I'm not really sure what you guys want to use. So I'm going to go ahead and just say start with a static website for this particular instantiation. Obviously, the static website is really just a website with HTML and JavaScript that's just kind of a single container. And I'm going to do a web app for containers because I think that probably makes the most sense. And we're going to call this ekitabu-devops-o1. Okay. And then we're going to say done. And I've just created a little place that we can start hosting our code, which is under management in GitHub. It's also a place we can begin to start thinking about where we can host our test plan, that sort of thing. So right now the deployment's in progress. We see right here. By the way, if you're ever in the portal and you're not sure, you can just see this little, I think you can see my mouse working around here. That's where it says 2, that's the number of tasks that are still left. So whatever is going on. So it says there's the deployment. Still doing some work here. Provision the website. Now we're creating a few things, and we can pin this to the dashboard, which is probably a good idea, and then say go to the resource. So that is kind of the basic one, and that gives us, by the way, a default project homepage. And I'm going to just sign in with my Microsoft account here, and that is just the basic dashboard. And if we kind of think about what we just did, I might add also a test plan. And so here's where we would create a new test plan, right? I would say I'm just going to call this reader. Let's start with EKI reader v2, and then say create. And if I wanted to add a test case, there's a bunch of ways to do that, but I might add a test case that's already existing, right? I could just do this here, and I'm going to go ahead and say maybe, I could add it to a work item that was automated. I could do it manually, and when I say what the reason that I'm doing the test plan, I can add different items here. Insert a shared step, right? So the title of this is Open Homepage, and I'm going to say, then if I look at summary, I could actually have some automation in here. We're going to go ahead and save and close that. And when I open the home page, I could actually add a specific link. So I might say a new item here, and the link that I would add it to a task that was in the test case or the user story, give it a title, and so forth. A few other things that we can do here. I'm going to discard this change. I could also have in here my pipelines, right? My first commit, my repo. So I could set up a build, and in this case, I might want to just clone, another build. This might be deploying Azure. This could be a starter pipeline. This could be Docker, right? Just it gives us some opportunities. And what I'm going to probably do in this case is just clone a build that I already have, right? So I'm going to go in and get something that's already in, depends on where you do it. I typically work in Visual Studio or VS Code. So that's kind of cool. We can put in test plans, pipelines. We could have compliance articles, and then our overview. If we think about our board, kind of traditional DevOps kind of topics. So anyway, just thinking about kind of the 5-minute view of setting up our first dev site.